Give me my theme music! Buff Nation, welcome in to this Tuesday afternoon stream and Buff News Weekly Live. I'm your host, Russ Dornish. It has been a breaking news day. I'm glad I had this scheduled literally right before we're going on. We get some commits for Colorado, some important pieces to the puzzle. And like I said in the title of this, the dominoes are falling. Welcome in, Eric. Welcome in, Jared. The dominoes are falling, and this is what we've been waiting for, guys. The sky is not falling, okay? Last week was the Heisman week, the Heisman weekend, okay? So we needed to be patient. We need to be okay, okay? It does not need to be the sky is falling. I had somebody comment on a video that I put out. I think they did the Sunday stream of like, the Buffs are losing the portal. We lost Nikai Hill-Green. We lost Deion Hayes. We lost Rand Buell. Nothing is happening. We're so bad. You guys remember, this is what happens every year. You lose before you gain, okay? We're going to lose a little bit, probably a couple surprises. Nikai Hill-Green was our surprise so far. And then we're going to start to see the commits roll in. Coach Prime knows what he's doing, okay? And to be honest, like, things are looking great right now, okay? They're starting to happen. Everything's happening the way we need it to. And, you know, we don't need to panic. So first off, let's talk about the big boy, okay? Well, you know what? Let's go to the breaking news first, okay? I figure let's do the breaking news first. Because I think it is a very couple of good gets for Colorado. Guys that I figured we were going to get. They looked good, especially going into the weekend. They were our weekend visitors, by the way. So these are not the guys that were on campus right now. These are part of the people that were there this weekend. Okay? And so that is what we need to realize, that these are going to start to slowly trickle in. So the guys who visited yesterday, today, tomorrow, which we will get into as well during the show today, those guys probably are not committing till the end of the week or the weekend if they are, okay? So let's talk about what we've got going on. I'm going to go to the good old DNVR Twitter page because I just love they always have the good stuff. Let me share my screen and we will talk about these players right now. Okay, guys. So, going to go full screen. We have got the kicker, Buck Buchanan, which, let's be honest, Buck Buchanan is one of the coolest names ever. Right there, we're already winning because we've got a guy named Buck Buchanan kicking. Now, what is Buck known for? Well, he is a big-footed kicker that will be coming to us from LA Tech. Was a preseason all-conference selection and hit 2 55-plus yard field goals. So we just got our specialist, guys. We got our deep specialist. We've got our guy that is going to probably be our kickoff specialist, okay? So Coach Prime said, remember what he said at the end of the season press conference. He said, we are going to get a kicker. It's happening. It's going to happen. The portal is going to have it. We've already planned this out. We're going to have a guy who can kick the ball through the end zone. We're going to have a guy that has a big foot. We're bringing him in. There is your guy. Everybody welcome in Buck Buchanan to be our new long-range, big-footed kicker. So that was taken care of. That was a need that everybody wanted to see happen, and we got it done. The next one that happened today and just happened is another big one, guys, okay? Because of the upside that this guy has. That is, of course, Northwest Missouri State, so Division II football, transfers Zach Atkins. Atkins had offers, by the way, from LSU, Ole Miss, Arkansas, and others, and yet he chooses to come to Colorado to play tight end for us. In what many people said to me, that Colorado cannot get tight ends because we don't use them. We don't use them because we didn't have them, guys. Now we do. We've got Zach Atkins. We've got Corbin Leisure, freshman coming in, who I think is going to have a bit of an impact even this year. But this is what we needed, guys. This is what we needed. The important parts are getting taken care of first. Defensive line, tight end, kicker. Not sexy by any means. The defensive line is, but kicker. So, hey, that is where we stand today. We are now in a better spot than we were yesterday. We're a better spot than we were Friday. So we've got to appreciate what has happened and realize, guys, be patient. Be patient. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Jaheim Otis, I think he's more of a replacement, honestly, of Chidozie. Okay, we got to remember that Chidozie is leaving. He's going to the NFL. Chidozie is going to need a replacement. He was our biggest body, most important guy on the defensive line when it came to stopping the run. He's going to be now replaced. Okay. Yep. Norfolk State just hired Vic. I thought he was going to Sacramento State, Coach Dre. I thought he was going to Sacramento State. Did that change again? Is it that fluid right now? Rob Demand gets it, big time tight end. Yeah, I think he is a very highly rated, underrated to an extent. We will look at the portal as well to look at positioning. Let me pull it up, the tight end, and we'll talk about where Zach Atkins falls in. He is ranked number 12, guys. Number 12 right here. 3-star transfer, 85, committed now to Colorado. One of the guys we've been after, 6'4", 240 pounds. And we've got the super chat from John Teal. Not even just that, guys. Buick, can you get a deal from Buick? GMC, like car deal, NIL deal, buckshot. Buck Buchanan is going to have the NIL deals rolling just because of his name and coming to Colorado. So 100% Buck Buchanan is going to look great. 14th nationally in touch. Coach Barry coming in with the stats. I love it. 51 touchbacks out of 56 kicks. 8% in the country for touchbacks. That is what I'm talking about. That is what we just brought in, guys. Bam. We just fixed a problem this year. We just fixed a problem. Okay? We did. We just fixed a problem. No, just hired at Norfolk State. Okay, I guess the Sacramento State flip did not occur. But yeah, Zach Atkins, number 12, tight end. We're getting a top tight end, but here's the thing. We don't need to get the top cream of the crop, okay? That has bit us the last couple years, if you guys remember. Here we go for Zach Atkins. 6'5", 245, number 1 tight end, 2024 stats. 30 catches for Northwest Missouri State. Let's see what it says if they have anything on him. Do we have anything? He comes from Olathe, Kansas. Well, that just tells me everything we know, guys. He's not going far from home. Makes sense that Zach Atkins would want to come to Colorado, not necessarily go to Ole Miss or LSU. He's not going that far from home. It makes sense, guys. It makes sense now. So really appreciate it. There we go, Keith. Time to get that Kansas State offensive tackle Carver and Big Josh from Oklahoma. Keith, a little bit of bad news. Carver committed to Washington. Sorry to burst your bubble. Carver is not, unfortunately, on the cards for us. He has committed to Washington. I will bring him up here. Carver Willis committed Washington. So we'll have to turn our attention if we want to right tackle to somebody else. Who that somebody else might be, we'll have to see. I still would love an Adam Gentry, but we have heard nothing on Adam Gentry. So no idea what we're doing on tackle. We still, as far as guard goes, we've got some play going on. However, just so you guys know, a little bit of updates on that. Jordan White has been crystal balled to Vanderbilt before his visit even happens to Colorado. So that is not looking good for us. As far as other options goes, we obviously got Carter Miller already committed to us over the weekend. And then this is the other one. Where is my man Joshua Bates? Where is the Oklahoma dude from? How far down is he? Do they not even have him, or is he listed as a tackle? I don't remember, but we've got to look out for Bates is the Oklahoma guy that hit the transfer portal. He's still coming for a visit, by the way. So no need to worry about that. So it looks like we'll have some good guard. Still looking for that tackle, though. Still looking for that tackle. The right tackle, we definitely need that, unless we're going with Cardi Smith. But I would like to have some competition over there, if I do say so myself. I'm sure you guys would say the same thing, but that's where we're at. Let's go through some of your comments real quick. Teddy Bridgewater won the state championship. Absolutely love it. Congrats to Teddy in his first year coaching. John, imagine if he makes a big hit on a kickoff. What the buck? We got the t-shirts already making themselves, guys. We've got the t-shirt. See, you can go after that Wazoo right tackle. That is true. Eli Fa'amoe, he is the number 2 ranked offensive tackle on 24/7. Let me go pull up on 3 as well, just so we can get the different portal rankings going, because I'm wondering if that's also where some of these guys are coming from that we're thinking about. So 2025 transfer portal, and let's see position. We wanted to look at tight end. Let's see what they have our man Atkins at, if they've dropped him yet, as we know. Zach Atkins. He is way down there. So 24/7 has Zach Atkins much more higher ranked. Yeah, Zach Atkins is way down there for tight ends on the On3 site. So that's something to take a look at. Okay, so this is one that I wanted to address before we get into this any further, guys. Zachariah Branch, yes, he did hit the transfer portal. I do not believe we will be in the running for Zachariah Branch. Just FYI, guys, don't get your hopes up on him. Zachariah Branch, do not get your hopes up on him coming to Colorado. I'm just telling you right now. One, I don't think we want to drop the bag for a wide receiver that high that he is probably going to garner. Okay, we've got a ton of great receivers on the team. We've got a ton of potential receivers that we can grab that are already visiting, which again, Coach Barry brings up a great point here. Casey Concepcion, he has been in Colorado since yesterday. Okay, he has CU in his top 6. Here's the key with Concepcion. We need to get him to commit before he leaves. When it comes to the portal, guys, that is how it works. Portal players need to commit before they leave. If portal players are going on multiple visits, then that is not a good thing if they leave without a commitment. Now, I get it. He does have more visits lined up, but the thing is, if they commit, that ends there. Zach Atkins had other visits lined up, and he canceled them and committed to Colorado. That's how it works in the portal. So if you get them in, if you get them to come on a visit, the key is do not let them leave. So we will see what happens in the next 24 to 48 hours, whether or not Concepcion commits to Colorado. Now, a couple others, Caden Salter. I like what I heard today. If you did not hear today during the press conferences, which we got to hear a lot of great information that I want to talk about, but Pat Shurmur was asked about the quarterback competition. He said, we do want to bring in a veteran with a year experience. He pretty much described Caden Salter, and he said, we have a guy that we like. We think it's looking good. My guess is Caden Salter will be a buff here in the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay. I do honestly, truthfully believe that he will be a buff in the next 24 to 48 hours, and that it will be our quarterback duo going into this year. It'll be between Julian Lewis and Caden Salter. The nice thing is Caden Salter can work with Julian Lewis to get him to bring him along. If anything happens, or if Caden Salter balls out and he's the starter, then great. Julian Lewis sits for a year and maybe starts halfway through the year, whatever that looks like. That's going to be okay. That is what every team does. This is where I think he is going to go as well. I think that Branch will eventually end up at Oregon. He is the perfect Oregon receiver. They're going to drop a bag for him. My guess is he already knew he was getting a bag, and that's why he hit the portal. Because as we talk about it, guys, as we say, if you hit the portal, you better know where you're going. Okay? You better know where you're going. The Fresno State, Gabriel Lightfoot. He was in Colorado this past weekend, posted a photo, has yet to commit. Could be today, could be tomorrow. If it goes past that, guys, I would be a little worried that maybe we're not getting him. Okay? The portal is quick. Things happen quickly, guys. Okay? So if there is no movement on a guy and he goes days without any information about the team that he just visited, then that team is most likely out of the running. That's just kind of the thing you can do. It's very rare that they circle back a month or two later and go to one of those teams that they visited. Okay. So this is another great one. Makari Vickers, Oklahoma cornerback, is in Boulder right now. He started his visit yesterday. He is in Boulder. I've got some bookmarks to show you guys a couple things for guys that are visiting. Yep. So yesterday, actually, no. Today, Makari Vickers showed up in Boulder. FYI, guys, today. So 3 hours ago, he arrived based on his social media post. He posted about being in Boulder. And I do like it. Okay. Again, DBs are guys that we're going to go after. I'd like to pull up some stuff on Makari Vickers so we can talk about him and talk about what he is able to do. He is going to be a guy that is going to, I think, be a great get, similar to DJ McKinney was this year. He is a guy that has not put up a lot of stats because he hasn't played a lot. He is a true sophomore. Still has that red shirt year. I'm surprised. I'm wondering if he might end up redshirting for this past year because I only show one tackle. So that is some depth for us at the cornerback position that we so desperately need. As far as who else we've got, I can always trust you guys. Another one, Reginald Hughes from Jacksonville State. Wait, is it Jackson State or is it Jacksonville State? Still, Reginald Hughes just showed up today. He is a guy that we could desperately need because, as we know, because of what happened yesterday with Nikai Hill-Green, Jacksonville State. Yeah, it's Jacksonville State. They've already removed his profile. Wonderful. So Reginald Hughes, look at this, guys. We're going to take a look at his stats real quick. Reginald Hughes, Jr., 6'2", 230 pounds. Here's some of his stats, and this year he blew up. Okay, 83 tackles, 32 solo, 51 assisted, 4.5 sacks, guys. This guy balled out this last year for Jacksonville State after sitting 2 years at Mississippi, at Ole Miss. You know, that place that takes all the players and then just benches them. So for us, guys, I think that is a good chance that we get him. He is in Boulder right this moment, and he is somebody that we need to look at. Yep, Phil Knight. He'll drop those bags. Branch is going to go where that is at. A little bit on Gabriel Lightfoot. Thank you again, Coach Barry. Gabriel Lightfoot, 6'3", 295 pounds, 37 tackles, 1 sack from Fresno State. Offered him, and he visited this past weekend. So I think that's where we're at. Yes. So this weekend is the massive weekend, guys. We have got a ton of people coming to visit. The visits are going to not stop, guys. This is what I talked about. My title is the domino effect. Jaheim Otis was step one. He has now started the path to us getting a ton of transfers in, guys. We're going to be okay. We are going to be okay. So that is going to be something really, really important. Let me see. I think I might have some more stats on those guys. I have a share with some of the guys as far as Pro Football Focus. Let me see. I thought we might have had Reginald Hughes. We might not. Let me take a look real quick on my other screen while I got you guys so we can pull up Reginald Hughes stuff if I have it. If I don't, that's unfortunate. I'll get it to you guys at a different time, perhaps tomorrow. But let's see. Do we have Reginald Hughes? I think we have him listed as a linebacker. We may not have his card yet. Okay, so either way, we will talk about it. That'll be an important one to look at. Big ups to KA. Appreciate you for the cup of coffee, $2. Thank you guys for the super chats. It's always appreciated. I love all of you guys coming in, hanging out. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's going on. And this is another one, TK, that's coming this weekend. Ethan O'Connor, corner. He is going to be a big-time recruit for us. A little bit more on Reginald Hughes, #1 JUCO linebacker in the country, 2024 stats, 83 tackles, 4.5 sacks. Yep, that is pretty darn good. Running back, we have nothing yet on the board for running back, guys. We were wanting to get in on Ahmad Hardy, but I think the bag is too big, and we are now kind of, I think, out of the running. Because again, when Ole Miss gets involved, the likelihood of us going to throw the bag and throw as much money as we can is going to lessen. Okay, it's going to lessen than what it was. So once that happens, it becomes a lot harder, guys. It really does. If Ole Miss is in, just assume we're out, guys. As bad as that sounds. What is up, Shirley? How are you doing on this fine afternoon? Ole Miss is going after every right. They can do that every year. They're going after every player in the transfer portal. I mean, just look. I mean, if we just scroll down, by the way, here, guys, I mean, look at how many Ole Miss things. I mean, to Auburn. Let me go back to just everybody. Let's just look at the top. Okay. Ole Miss. Like, you just scroll down the top portal players, Ole Miss. They got 2 tight ends. Luke Haas and Patrick Kudus is in the tight end. For some reason, I thought he was. He looked like somebody else. Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Ole Miss. They're showing up everywhere. Texas A&M, Ole Miss. Texas A&M, Ole Miss. Okay, so just relax. Joseph Williams is this weekend, guys. Real quick, let me show you this as well. We've got my portal tracker. Here are your visits, by the way. So I need to update this, by the way. So we have a commitment. He has committed to Colorado. I'm going to make them green if they commit, because I want to check and see. Okay. It looks like Buck Buchanan is a commit now. We can go ahead and update that on the board, guys, so you guys can see this. Yes. Carter Miller, commit. And let's get to Jaheim Otis. There he is, commit. So we've got 4 commitments thus far. As far as guys that are not in, that's what these look like. So Bear Alexander out. Kazim Moore, he canceled his visit to Colorado. We are out. Carver Willis committed to Washington, so we are out on him. Here are the rest of your guys. We just talked about it. I want to go down the list of who's coming to visit just to remind you guys. So again, we've already had visits this weekend from Caleb Odom, Xavier Atkins, Gabriel Lightfoot. I feel good on all 3 of these guys, okay? Outside of that, Reginald Hughes is there right now. Kevin Concepcion, there right now. Caden Salter, there right now. I don't know. I did not see. Michael Garner is there right now. So we've got 4 guys in Boulder right this moment, guaranteed, okay? Then this weekend, we've got the likes of Jordan White supposed to be in visit, so we'll see. Tafiq Bayard is a good one, guys. We need to get him. Joseph Williams, Eric Rivers, Joshua Bates was supposed to come today, I believe, based on what I've seen. So we'll have to see if he is in fact in there. I'm not sure if he's on social media or not. So that's what it looks like right there. Antonio gets it. We're in phase 3 of the plan. We don't have to get everybody. We got the foundation. Okay. We're fortifying, guys. We're fortifying. Minnesota bagging running backs. They still got Taylor as the #1. I know people hitting Otis DM after that loss. Colorado is going to get dogs in the portal. Yeah, that's what we do now, guys. That's what we do. Gabriel Lightfoot, CU Lock. I agree. I really, truly, guys, by the way, I feel like these three are going to be the next commits. I was a little surprised that they weren't the commits. I had heard more on these three than I had on Buck and Zach Atkins. But I truly believe that if you show up to Colorado on a visit, I believe we're going to see at the end of the portal cycle, guys. I'm doing this spreadsheet for you. What is the percentage of success that Coach Prime has when it comes to visits? It seems like in the past, when he gets guys to come and visit, it's nearly a lock that they end up in Colorado. Okay. CU fans have to stop going after the names and look at the production. Exactly, guys. Exactly. Okay. So that is why when you see the bigger guys showing up, they may not be who we need. It's not just the production either, too. It's, do they fit? Are they a culture fit? Are they a fit for what we're trying to do? Okay. Oh, I forgot. We lost out on Tavis and TJ Metcalf. They went to Michigan. We will update that. There we go. That's two more off the board, but they never visited. Okay. And yep. So we have the other DB. Cameron Calhoun was brought up. He is coming on a visit, guys. I saw that posted recently. Where is, do I have the guy from O'Connor? Do I not have O'Connor on here? I don't have O'Connor on here. I'm going to have to add O'Connor. I believe was Rivers that I read would command money. $1 million in the portal. We'll see. We'll see. The Twitter heads needed to hear that. Everybody needs to hear that, guys. Relax. Relax. Okay. Okay. Here we go, guys. Okay. Time for my daily soapbox. It's the time of the stream when I go off on something, so just be prepared. Okay. We've got to realize something about Colorado, and it's going to unfortunately make some fans not so happy. Okay. Colorado is going to compete for the guys that they believe they can get, that they believe are going to be a fit. Think of it like Moneyball. Do we have money? Yes, we do have money now. So when we do find a guy that's worth it, we're going to try and get him. But there does come a point where we draw a line in the sand and say, you know what? If you're just in it for the bag and you really want this massive payday from an Ole Miss, from an Oregon, from a Michigan, we're going to back off and just move on and go find somebody else. There's enough people that are out there for us to get. So when the big names enter the portal, like your Zachariah Branch, let's talk about that, because I hear that all the time right now. I've seen it in the chat a few times. I've seen a lot of people tweeting about it when he announced. Zachariah Branch is not what we need at Colorado. We do not need a top tier number one wide receiver. We have a very deep wide receiver room. And while, yes, it would be great to have a guy of his caliber, the amount of money he is going to receive going into the portal is not something that we need to pay when we can get another receiver who's going to do just as well. Look at LeJohntay Wester this past year. We got him from a lower level of football. Look at Jimmy Horn Jr. Okay. Look at the guys we're looking at. Okay. Look at Rivers. Look at, who's the other guy that we're looking at? So Eric Rivers, I got to look up the name. Joseph Williams, guys that are producing at the lower level who can step up and produce at the higher level is who we want. We can pay them probably less than what Branch is going to be offered. Okay. I was a little surprised that we have Kevin Concepcion on campus right now, which makes me feel good that perhaps maybe he isn't just about the money, because if he were, he would be in Ole Miss right now getting paid because they want him, or Texas A&M getting paid because they want him. Instead, he is in Colorado taking a visit to Coach Prime in Colorado to see what's going on. And you know that they've had those conversations. Okay. So that's a good sign to me that he's here, and why I think we have maybe a good chance. Also, by the way, the other team that we're competing with him hard is Bama. Bama did just sign a portal receiver. So depending on how many they want to bring in, maybe that spells good news for us with Kevin Concepcion, who I think is one of the best wide receivers in the portal. So the fact is, guys, that is what we're looking at. Don't just assume that if they're the top guy in the portal, we have to get him. Now, here's a good news. Jaheim Otis was one of the best defensive linemen in the portal, and we got him. You know what that tells me? That Jaheim Otis saw his potential to work with Warren Sapp and chose that, and his potential to go to the NFL over money. Is he still getting paid? Yes. Guys, they're still getting paid. They're still getting paid probably pretty well. But could some of these guys get bigger bags going elsewhere if they're the top portal guy out there? Yes, they absolutely can. So we've got to realize and understand and just level-headed. We've got to be level-headed as we go through this portal and not be so negative. I know there's plenty of Buffs fans out there that hate me for the fact that I want to be positive right now. But until the transfer portal period ends and we get to like summer practices and summer workouts, I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to be upset. It's called being patient. I do believe the people that I've connected with the program. I do believe what Matt McChesney has said with his contacts and availability of being inside of the locker room and inside of the program. I do believe that Phillip Dukes has an inside look at all things at Colorado. And when he says that there's a lot of portal guys that haven't entered yet, that Colorado is looking to grab, I do believe that. And until I am proven otherwise, because it doesn't happen, I'm not going to assume that it's not going to happen. Coach Barry, here it is. Spanked the bookkeeper over the weekend, changed my betting strategy by live betting and evaluating the game while teams play, then paced the bets, won $7K on NBA, NFL, and the South Alabama football game. That a boy, Coach Barry, coming in big, having a great weekend betting. That's what I'm talking about. I'm still so upset that I could not get the betting machine in my stupid little town to work when I wanted to place my bet on Travis Hunter at plus 6,500. I was about to put $100 down last spring when it opened up, and my state does not like online betting. So the only way you can do it is by going to these little kiosks in a couple bars in town. And the one in my town was not working and hasn't been working. So I was not able to deposit money in order to make that bet. It frustrates me so much. But I appreciate it, Coach Barry. I really do. That makes up for it a little bit, although I would have won a lot of money. Been reported Zach Atkins. Yep, VHF. We've already talked about it. Zach Atkins is a buff. We started it off the beginning of the stream. Zach Atkins is a buff, and kicker Buck Buchanan is also a buff right now. Still waiting to see if there's more breaking news when it comes to other players who are visiting right now to Colorado. So we will see what happens. Okay. Very well. While we're on this stream, we could have another stuff coming up. Production over name. It's exactly where it's at. See you, Buffs. That second wave is going to come like a tsunami after this weekend's games. Exactly. We're coming up on those games happening, guys. The portal is not closing. Eric, I am in the state of Montana. We have casinos on every corner, but sports betting isn't fully legal. It is only legal if you go to one of our kiosks in town. You cannot bet online from home. Oh, where we're at. Coach Prime, I think, is good at reading people. Do you really want to come to Colorado or you just want the bag? Exactly. Prime said everyone on campus is locked. I think the quote was, by the way, that almost everybody. He's pretty sure that most of them are locks. It made it sound like there might be one or two guys that came for a visit that might not end up in Colorado. So because of that, I do believe that we're going to see more. I knew these two. I really am waiting for Caleb Odom. Xavier Atkins, I feel like, is a 100% lock. Caleb Odom, I feel good about as far as this weekend's visitors go. The other visitor from this weekend is Gabriel Lightfoot. So I feel good about Gabriel Lightfoot and Xavier Atkins. Odom, we'll have to see. Odom is what we'll have to see if he ends up coming. Yes, it does suck to live in Montana. Trust me. I would love to move back to Colorado. I'm looking to move back to Colorado at some point in the next several years. We'll see when it happens. You guys will be the first to know. because obviously it'll help this channel if I'm back in the state of Colorado and can actually do some things directly. KC is probably the odd man out. We'll see. I think that could be one that probably doesn't happen as well. Like I said, if he commits after his visit, great. If we get to the weekend and he hasn't committed yet, I'm thinking he's probably going elsewhere. Okay. Because if you get him going to other locations, you're going to run into some problems. Okay. So a couple other things that I want to talk about today that I've been meaning to talk about that have been happening with Colorado. Obviously, the press conferences today gave us a lot of insight into what's going on with the portal. But the big one I want to talk about, because it happened yesterday and I was not on the air for it, was Nikai Hill-Green. Nikai Hill-Green hitting the portal. So first and foremost, I appreciate Nikai Hill-Green and everything that he brought to the Buffs, and I wish him nothing but the best. I completely understand why he left in a sense, because it sounds like he's going to get a pretty good payday. And if I'm a betting man, it's probably between Bama, Florida State, and Michigan. With Bama right now getting the edge. And if he's going to go ball out, get paid to play at Bama, I can see why he might have done that. Now, am I a little frustrated we couldn't keep him? Yes, but my guess is the offer he got, he could not refuse. And he has a family that he looks after. I can understand him going to get that money. He probably got a draft grade and it wasn't good enough. So because of that, I think that it kind of makes sense that it's happening, guys. It really does. It sucks. I thought for sure he was going to go to the league. So in essence, I didn't have him on my depth chart going into the offseason, but the bad part is he's not playing in the bowl game. And it did sound like Coach Prime, without mentioned him when talking about the guys who hit the portal, because he immediately went back to Jeremiah Brown coming back. And so, I mean, this is true too. I wonder if maybe they knew he was going to hit the portal. Maybe they did. Maybe they did know that he was going to hit the portal. Jordan White, no, he did not cancel his visit. Sorry, he did not cancel his visit yet. We don't know if he's coming yet, but he has been crystal balled to Vandy. So we'll see. If he shows up this weekend, that's a good sign, obviously. The NCAA needs to change these outdated rules preventing grad transfers from staying at a school more than 1 year. It's very rare that a grad transfer has the opportunity to play. I don't know if there's an actual rule. I've seen that mentioned places, and I've seen a bunch of people say that that's been debunked. You can play at a school as long as you want, as long as you have eligibility there. Okay. And Nikai Hill-Green had another year of eligibility and could have come back. That much I know. Joseph Williams, freshman of the year, Tulsa, visited Arizona and ASU already, and he's coming to Colorado this weekend. If we get him and we are one of the last visits, I feel very good about where we stand with that. But I think a lot of that is going to come down to what happens right now with Concepcion, Kevin Concepcion. If he happens to commit, then one of Williams or Rivers, I don't think ends up coming. Maybe not even coming on a visit. Okay. So that's something to think about and to think about what's going on. Okay. Other guys, that we're going to have to keep an eye on it. What is this? Y'all do know Coach Mo and that strength will get Otis right. Oh, 100%, guys. 100%. Otis will be back to his beast of a body, ready to go for next year. I think that's part of the reason he's coming here. Strength and conditioning. They're going to put him right. And you've got Warren Sapp to work with him. This is another guy that I absolutely love and I want to get bad. I want him, guys. Tafiq Bayard, 6'1", 191, junior safety, 54 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 pick. He is visiting this weekend. I think Rivers goes to Nebraska. Do you? Nebraska's losing a lot right now. They're going to have to pay for Rivers because they're not looking good personnel-wise next year. And unless they're getting a bunch, then that's what's up. Ooh, guys, real quick. There we go. We'll bring it up. Jaheim Otis on his visit, getting his video ready. There it is, guys. Behind the scenes look at Jaheim Otis that was just posted online. Looking good in the black and gold. Absolutely love to see it. I'm so happy that we got him and that he is here. Okay. Outside of that, let's go through the chat for a little bit. Other players we need to be looking out for, like I said, from the list. Coach Barry been doing a great job. A couple other guys that I'm going to look for that we don't know yet if they're coming on a visit. We've heard that Colorado's reach out to them. That includes Cam Dewberry. That's one that I've seen. That's one I'm waiting to see if he comes to take a visit. Linebackers, we've got to get more linebackers. I'm hoping we get some more guys like Travis Shaw, Jaden Yates, guys that are in the portal that I could see being. But hey, maybe the linebacker spot is the one that Philip Dukes was talking about on the show, meaning that they're going to be a post-bowl game entry into the portal, and that's why we haven't really gone after linebackers. We'll see. Jarrett doesn't have any production. Why don't you New Age fans understand it's production over names? Who are we talking about, Jarrett? First name. Who are we talking about? Okay, the Georgia guy. Yeah, that is, again, that is eyes. That is seeing the name Georgia next to his name and thinking we have to have him. Okay? He's going to get some big money. Most likely. So I agree with you. Production over name, and I think we're just seeing Georgia next to his name. We got dogs already in the cupboard. Some of the portal will start, but the majority are for depth purposes. Stop acting like we're at ground zero. Always good to upgrade when you can. Yeah, we don't need to panic. That's why I said we don't need to panic that we're not getting portal guys. So far as production lost to the portal, Nikai Hill-Green is about it. You could add Dayon Hayes, but we got to realize that Dayon Hayes was injured and out for almost the majority of the season, and we led the conference in sacks. So while I believe Dayon Hayes is a great player, and I believe he's going to go on to play somewhere else and ball out, I don't think it's as big of a loss as some people want to make it out to be. Okay? Yeah. People see that they went to Georgia or Bama and that we have to have them. Okay? No, that's not it. That's not it. Yep. Travis Shaw, 6'5", 330 defensive lineman from UNC. CU is eyeing. Yeah, I've seen him listed as edge, linebacker, defensive line. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. Other guys looking at the portal, who are the latest entries in the portal? Anybody of interest that have entered? There's one guy that I would love, guys. This is off the radar. This is not something that is like, I know something, just FYI. This is me just being a fan and saying, I would love for this get, but if this is true, again, I hate this time of the year. Florida linebacker TJ Searcy plans to enter the transfer portal. 34 tackles, 3 sacks from the linebacker position. Would love to get a guy like that in Colorado. Would love it. Branch Brothers from USC. We've already talked about it. White helmet. That's not happening. Just FYI. They're going to get paid big time. What about the guy from Coastal Carolina? Remind me where he is at. Oh, where is Coastal Carolina? Which conference? The Independent? No, they're not independent. AAC? They're the AAC? ACC? Where are they at? You have to tell me who it is. Cersei's an edge rusher. I mean, we can always use one. There you go. There's your Dayon Hayes replacement. So I would love that. If you went to the Georgias and Bamas, you were a dog at one point, and you're probably leaving because you've lost a little bit of that dog in you. We got to get it back. Jaheim Otis, we got to get the dog back, okay? You look at Jaheim Otis 2 years ago, he was good. Last year, not as much. We got to get him back to that original one. Yep, so this is the other one, Joshua Bates. Yep. Oklahoma native of Durango, Colorado, scheduled to visit this week. Coach Lodeholt coached him, to my knowledge. Yes, he did at Oklahoma. Joshua Bates is also a Colorado legacy. His dad went here. He does have a visit scheduled. I have him scheduled to visit today. Tyler Johnson hit the portal. Tyler Johnson's already in the portal, guys. So unless you're saying I forgot about him hitting the portal, Tyler Johnson hit the portal. Just FYI. So we need a right tackle. Was it Coastal Carolina or Eastern Carolina? Coastal Carolina, because there's an edge rusher that just signed with SMU from a linebacker from SMU that just signed with or Eastern Carolina. He just signed with SMU just now. Okay, Coastal is FBS. Gotcha. There's Decepticon. How's it going? Clev Lubin. Clev Lubin. That's a great name. Best edge in the portal. Let's take a look at that. So TJ Searcy is an edge. You're right. He is rated as a 4-star transfer, by the way. Let's look at the top and see where Lubin is. I do not see Lubin. Oh, position, edge. Did he just enter? Because I see TJ Searcy is the last 4-star. He is rated as the 12th rated edge player. I am not seeing. So I see Prince Amuamalian, Williams Nwaneri, Amaris Williams, James Williams, who just committed to FSU, Romello Height. He is crystal ball to Texas Tech. Jalen Brown to South Carolina. TJ Searcy just entered from Florida, 4 stars. I know Keanu Coate at one point was being looked at by Colorado. He went to Vanderbilt. Jamari Butler from Nebraska. He went to LSU. Oh, there he is. Clev Lubin. 6'3", 245. He is the 24th ranked defensive edge, 3-star transfer. Y'all use the word dog too loosely as it directly associated with the University of Georgia. We say dog, y'all say dog, please. Nope. Coach Prime says dog, not dog. We'll keep doing it, Tay. Sorry, Tay. Not sure, but yes, Coach Lodeholt worked with him as a freshman. Yes. I think we might get one more Bama player. I agree. There is one that just entered, if I'm not mistaken. I think another defensive lineman entered. Is that right? Yeah, Damon Payne. Keep an eye out on Damon Payne. That is who I think could be one that we look at. Damon Payne, Bama, just entered today, 6'4", 313 pounds. He played alongside Otis at one point, so could be one that we want to get. Tyler Johnson's not a factor for the Buffs. I wish him well. Hope the best for him. Exactly. Tay, the dog thing. Okay, Rocky. Jaheim Otis was in a different system. That's why he did not do well. Colorado has the defense that he is accustomed to. That would be great. Yes, Antonio, we are weak at and thin at linebacker. I agree with that. The Cleveland Browns say dog too. Are they copying Georgia? I hate the internet sometimes. Trust me, I hate the internet too. Not because of what you said, Tay. It's just sometimes it's just frustrating what people will do on the internet. Okay. Don't forget, we also have Anquan Barnes. Anquan Barnes, Jaheim Otis, going to be the pair up front. That is going to be a nice big boy pairing. Looks like Boston College got a Bama quarterback that just committed moments ago. Okay. Makari Vickers is staying until the 18th. That's some more information out there. He is going to be here for a couple more days, so don't expect him, if he's going to commit, until probably this weekend is my guess. And that is all we have right now, guys. That is all of the news that you need to know and the portal information that is going on right now. We've got almost 350, almost 400 people in the chat. Please hit the like button, guys. Can we get to 300 likes? I think we can. So take a moment right this second and hit that like button. Guys, Corey Phillips just tweeted out an hour ago. We'll see. We'll see if we get another commit today. I have a feeling we get one more commit today. I'm just feeling it, guys. No reason, no rhyme or reason. I'm excited to see what Davis Swain does. I really am. I hope that he's here. I hope that he's working. So we'll see. You think the Liberty quarterback going to commit tomorrow? Yeah, he could commit tomorrow or today. I could see that. But yeah, I think today, look out for Xavier Atkins, Caleb Odom, or our third visitor, Gabriel Lightfoot. I think one of those three could be committing today as well. So that's something to take and look and keep an eye on. Just an FYI for you guys, a little bit of programming information. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., the Buff Blitz is back with David Talks Buffs. We will be talking the portal. We'll be talking recruiting. We'll be talking all of that on what we expect, who we like, who we want to see. More breaking news, obviously, if there's more commitments between now and then. That's going to be a big event. And hey, we just like talking portal, guys. And we're also going to be talking tomorrow night the bowl game. Because obviously we want to go out there and dominate the bowl game. We're obviously going to be light at linebacker. So guys like Gant, Jeremiah Brown, maybe even Trevor Woods, who knows, are going to get a chance to play in the bowl game. Because remember, red shirts can play in the bowl game now. So if they redshirted this season and they're still on the roster and they're going to be on the roster, they can come and play in that bowl game. So they might get some playing time, which I think is part of the reason that Jeremiah Brown came back. I think he realized, I want to play football next year. I don't want to go in the portal and get lost. That very well could have happened had he continued in the portal, because he just doesn't have the tape and stats to really go to very many places. It is a very good sign that he is here for multiple days. Agreed. He's not in and out really quick. I like the sign for that, so I'm excited to see what happens. So yeah, we're interested to see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm going to call it for now. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Before you leave, make sure you hit that like. Of course, subscribe, people, please. We're almost to 4,000 subscribers. I feel like we can get there by the end of the year, okay? The end of the year, we hit 4,000 subscribers. I think we can do it. So make sure you're sharing the channel. Took this down while at work. This kid, I think, visiting CU at some point, but not for sure. Ethan O'Connor. Yeah, Ethan O'Connor is. He's visiting this weekend. He is visiting this weekend. I like him. I like what I've seen out of him. Yes, we're going to be signing multiple, by the way, Pete. We're going to be signing multiple receivers. So just because we get Odom does not mean we don't sign a guy like Concepcion. Okay? But just be on the lookout. I hope we sign Odom because I just like to see him pair up with Juju again and see what he can do. I think he has a very high ceiling to be a very good receiver. Pair him with Omarion Miller, and I think a lot of things would happen. Could Caden succeed in a pass-heavy offense? It's not going to be a pass-heavy offense next year. Just telling you now. It's going to be a little bit different. We are going to see a lot more run. You heard it from Pat Shurmur today. He almost alluded to it, guys. I don't know if you saw this in the press conference. Pat Shurmur talked about how they had RPO, and he said sometimes the quarterback can make a mistake and not hand it off when he should. I think that was a little bit of alluding without saying anything. They gave a lot of power to Shador, and he chose to pass a lot of the times when he probably could have handed it off, and we could have got the run game going more. Next year, I don't think we're going to do that as much. I think we're going to run the ball directly a lot more. So be on the lookout for that. Just pay attention. It'll be fine. We will be good. Okay. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Tuesday afternoon. Be on the lookout for those breakdowns and the breaking news. And hey, while you're here, guys, why don't you guys also go subscribe to me on X? I tweet all of the breaking news. I'm almost to 600 followers over on X. So if you can find me over there, head over there and do it. And of course, the Buff Blitz Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I will see you guys then. Until next time, Sko Buffs.